What's up, YouTube? I'm back with another video. LA Mamba channel. It is November 10, 2022, and I'm here to talk about the tire shop business. Things that I've been through, things that I see going on, and I'm here to help you guys out a lot when it comes to giving you free content on here. We're at Thursday today. We're closed, although customers come and we gotta knock them out and stuff like that. Just because they come on flat tires, they can't even move, so we have to pretty much. But we charge them a little more, because we hook them up with doing the service. We help them out, but it's our time that we're doing this. So, like today, I was watching that limo right there by myself, and it's a lot of work to watch that thing. I got to do a little bit of the interior part, but it's pretty much done, ready for that job, tomorrow's job, right? So, someone comes in and she had a flat, pretty much just had a nail, but it was all the way to the ground. And there was a few of us here today. Two were here picking up the junk, the trash right here, and then from our place, and then we got two others from another company picking up the semi stuff, the 19.5s that were all right here. After they're all picked up, with a lot of room, and then they came in, they brought more junk. So all you see there right there is junk tires right there. But I can bring out the limo in and out easily, right? So I'm trying to make a long video today. I know that this helps a lot of people. I know that I'm not one of the ones that very few that actually do anything with tire shop business. Actually, I can't even imagine one that's really, really good that shares. But anyways, so I know my videos are long and they're not very entertaining, but if I was trying to make some money from this, I would make them short and entertaining. But I wouldn't really give you that much content, I guess, if I made it pretty short. So this is just the way I do it, and maybe one day if I get some help, then I'll do a better job, right? But the point is, you're gonna get all this information for free, and that again, I've been here in the business my whole life since before I was born. My dad has his business, and so I grew up in the business. Growing up as a kid, I didn't like coming here. I was forced against my will to come to the tire shop. Then later on, as throughout middle school and high school, I developed the hard work ethic that I have now, but I developed it in my high school years. And tire shop is ever since I started mounting tires at age 13. Right out of high school, you go to grad night, you go to sleep, right? You wake up late because you went all night that grad night, and the very next morning, get up, come to work. I already had my job, right? So then, ever since, it's been growing. After becoming successful myself in the tire shop business, I ventured off to do investing in real estate, and that's going very well. But I know we're here to talk about the tire shop business, but when I say when you think about the tire shop business, please think about real estate, because it goes hand in hand. Very, very powerful. You can just do tire shop only, but if you get into the real estate business, there's gonna be so much advantages, because it's they connect really well. It's kind of like you're boxing and you have a right hand and a left hand. That's just how real estate is that strong. It's actually your left hand. A lot of people are not going to tell you this kind of stuff, but I want you guys to keep growing and keep moving forward with the tire shop business. I want it to be a tire shop business, a way better place than it is now. I see a lot of mistakes happening at other shops, and a lot of customers don't come to us on a Thursday because we're closed. They go somewhere else, and then they come the next day, Friday. Hey, they messed up my shit over there. Please fix it, right? And I was like, why they do that, man? Like, it just takes a little bit more effort, and you're gonna do things right. You know, do things right. So, you just once you know how to do it right, knock it out, it's just lots of customers, right? A lot of customers just keep knocking out the jobs. Anyways, I want to say this: when I talk about the tire shop business, I want to be loud and clear when I say that when I talk about the tire shop business, I'm talking about a small business that is a tire shop, right? That is all my videos are about. The little guy, the small business that is a tire shop. I'm not talking about becoming a wholesaler and becoming all big, or if you're gonna become a big ass tire shop. That's a whole nother story. Now you're talking about systems. Now you're talking about a gang of money, like $1 million of freaking, what your tire shop's gotta be worth to be like that big, 16 employees and stuff like that. There are shops like that, and there's badass business, but most of us, we can't, here in Cali, that's more like a $5 million shop, right? Like, to be that big with inventory and all that. This is you see in the videos a lot of inventory, yes, but these shops have like more than this. And I mean, if you got that kind of bread, Miami's, go for it, and don't listen to my videos. My videos are for the little guy. So when I talk about the tire shop business, I'm talking about one guy wants to go into the tire shop business. He has a dream. He wants to go. He saves some money. He worked really hard at, let's say, another shop, and he already made plans to make his own shop. He comes in, opens his own shop from scratch, right? You get the lease, you get all the equipment. I mean, you name it, right? You go and do your thing, and you start maybe with one guy, or you start with 0 guys, just yourself, and then you get one guy later on. We get more business. Because it forces you to get a guy, not because you're trying to grow. I mean, you can do that too, but it just forces you to. That's the way I've been my whole life. Like, it just forces me to get bigger. It just, most of the time, to be honest, that's my style. It's like, I grow because I'm forced to grow. Like, it's like, there's only one way. It's either like you're gonna choke the business or you're gonna grow, and obviously the best way is just to grow, and when you grow you make more money and all that, and it's better. But yeah, the small guy is gonna have then two guys, and then 3 guys, and then 4, and then you can do whatever you want after that, pretty much. But usually I talk about, we have a small business, 5 guys, 4, 6, whatever, part-time guys included, or plus part-time guys, whatever you want to say, right? But that's a small business right there. And so when I say this is the reason why I recommend your main business as a tire shop. What I'm saying is, like, if you really want to tire, and so those cars just roll in, they sneak in, right? So then there's a lot of whatever, nowadays right here in Cali, there's a whole bunch of work any day. But if you're really gonna barely start your shop, highly recommend you work on a Sunday. I like to close during the week. I like to close Thursdays. But I'm sorry to see other shops close on Thursdays, man. I don't know, it has to do with me, but yeah, Thursdays is the slowest day of the week for us. Anyways, it don't matter. You can choose whatever day you want to work. I mean, I know shops like close on a Saturday. I'm like, wow, why would you close on a Saturday, the busiest day of the week? But hey, they're busy. They're busy too. They're very successful too. It's just you choose your style, pretty much. It doesn't, just because I say things doesn't mean it's like the only way. There's also other ways to do things, and it works too. I know most shops are closed on Sundays, but anyways, yeah. So again, I like to emphasize when I talk about tire shop business, it's for the little guys, right? And so how you're gonna start off is, you pretty much gonna, again, I highly recommend you work at a shop. If you're already working at a shop for many years, you already have an experience to put in your own shop, right? But this is so you can grab the skills of how to do the things, how to dismount tires, how to take off the wheel locks, how to treat customers, what sizes are the ones that sell. You learn how to, you learn the in and out of the business, I can go on and on, but you're gonna be learning these things already when you're in the business. And even if these videos is not for like, I love to open up a shop, but I don't have money and I really can't save and stuff. So I just like, working at a shop. That's fine too. I mean, I know many guys, many years, they just, work at a shop and they do good, they love life, and they're happy. So, and then they want to see my videos. That's awesome, cool. But I usually talk about tire shop business for if you have plans to open up a tire shop and run it and be successful at it, and then grow from there. And again, I like to talk about real estate on top of that. After the life of the tire shop is real estate investing. Anyways, so so then I just feel very fortunate being here. I want to be honest, like I'm very healthy. I feel like now is the time to do things. Now is the time to share what I've done or what am I doing every day. Again, I'm in the battle every day, grinding. I'm in the war every single day, right? Like I'm seeing what's out there in the front row. I'm talking to the customers front row. I'm seeing the new sizes are starting to come out, and I'm starting to like grab those now. Yeah, things have changed a lot. Just today, I ordered a set today, size 255, 45, 19. I always see those sizes years, and I was like, man, those things move super slow. As more time goes by, it will move a little bit faster. But as time went by in the past, like the more back you would go, the less that size would move. So guess what? I ordered size today, and I was like, oh, what is it for? It's a Tesla. All right, so that's the newer size. I'm glad the guy, ordered them. Now I know these sizes are coming out in Teslas. I mean, yes, you can always research, look online, but guess what? There's a ton of fucking cars. Are you gonna research every fucking car? You can if you want, if you have that much time. I don't have enough time. I'm going based off what people ask me to grab. In this case, 255, 45, 19. And I just roll with it. I mean, and so like I just keep going forward and learn what sizes are moving, and then now I know keep some of these sizes. By the way, I do have these sizes in stock, but I have 2 pairs though. I don't have a set of 4. So I offered him the ones I have. He's like, oh, I want 4. Oh, okay. So then I ordered 4 from the tire warehouse place, right? All right then. So they're gonna be a lot of things to learn how to like deal with the tire warehouses businesses. I had an interesting case on Saturday. Let me tell you about Saturday's case. Busy day. I had 4 guys with me and plus myself, so I'm the 5th guy. And the customer, very good customer, a very, very good customer, said, pulled in. He called before and asked me about the prices about these. I gave him a price, and he's like, okay, I'll let you know. But he never let me know about if he wanted these sizes. So I don't order the sizes until they tell me, right? Usually I get a deposit, but if I know these guys, I just order, and I roll the dice. In this case, I would have rolled the dice, but he didn't tell me to get the tire, so I didn't. And so I got the price from the big tire warehouse place, which is a lot of cities away from here. It's far, right? So he came in on Saturday. He said, hey, I want the tires. I was like, oh shoot, okay. I'm like, he's like, can you get them? I'm like, yes. Not knowing that I can get them or not. So then all right, let's get to work. So they start working on this truck, and I leave. But I'm making these phone calls to my network that I know. I got a potential maybe. I got some potentially. I'm not sure. I'll meet you at my shop if you want. So like, all right, cool. So then what happened was I went to one shop, they don't have them. I went to his shop, and then he was like, we went looking for them together. He doesn't have them in his shop. So then I called the guy that already has the tires off, and he's right here, and he's like, well, I called him. I said, hey, dude, look, I can get you the tires, but it's gonna take you at least an hour from now, which has already been about close to an hour, right? And which normally I don't do this stuff, but like when you get those big customers, you better freaking move. And by the way, I did this because I had 4 guys here, and they were working. And I knew I can. If I had 3 guys, man, it would have been a different story. I was like, dude, I don't know if I can, 3 guys is enough for the work we have on a Saturday. But I had 4 guys. I'm like, okay, they can hold it down while I go get these tires. So then he was like, yeah, yo, go for it. Let's get them. But I gotta leave. I told him, okay, cool. Look it, we can put your tires back on. I'll go get them, and then you can come back. He's all right, cool. So that's what we did. It took another hour for me to get these tires. I actually went to that big warehouse, like many cities away from here. I got them, and I came all the way back, traffic and all that, right? Yeah. So by the time we got back, it was a whole bunch of work, right? And then, yeah. So the guy comes later on during the day, and he was happy that we got the tires for him. And see, these guys, they don't care about like the good customers. They don't care about the price. They care about like a good quality tire and then the same size. So it's like, okay, now it opens up more options of you getting the tire, right? But it was like, damn, in this case, it was a hard size to get, and no one had them. So then I was like, damn, see, this case, it opened up again, it makes you aware of some things. So for me, it was like, all right, look. One of the biggest thing I got from this is, as much as tires I have, I gotta have more. I'm just gonna keep packing this shit up. I'm just gonna keep packing it, and it's just so much good that it does when you pack the business. I know, yeah, it creates a lot of like, I can barely walk around and stuff. You can see that I blocked out my little trail over there. But look at like this. The same day, we sold 4 of these. Look at, before I wouldn't carry this size. Like I would, since it doesn't move much, I would have a size sometimes, and then sometimes I wouldn't. I wouldn't really care, making it urgent to order them again, until I got around and just order them whenever I felt like ordering them, right? But because I got these at a discount, now it's like, okay, I got like a bunch of them in. In this case, I think we had like I think like 10 or so. I could be wrong. It's probably more, but now I'm like forced to have them. But guess what? It is a how you say it? It is something good for me because I'm getting them at a good price. So like if I was getting them at a regular price, it's like, man, you know what I mean? Like but I get them at a discount. Okay, now it's worth it. So now it's worth it to carry these sizes, right? But in the other cases, like yeah, I gotta look for more. I'm sorry, I gotta get more, which I have access to more. It's just that, man, all the time, it's like, first of all, I gotta freaking put all in order, and we got so much work during the week, we just don't have time to put these things in order, right? And second, it's like, damn, that money part is like, shit, this is expensive to have, like buy like, 150 tires at a time, So it's like, and on top of all your bills and stuff like that, and so like, yeah, you pay it off, and stay broke, right? Like you choke and grow, I like to say it. You choke and grow, you get bigger though. I have 150 tires more in different sizes at a discount that I can offer my customers. And yeah, they don't see, the customers don't see that, but from the business owner side, it's like, man, it's like, I'm barely getting some money, and then you're like, damn, oh, you like freaking become broke again, right? For the money for inventory only, right? So, anyways, that was one thing I got from it. The other thing is like, yeah, these very important customers, you know, you always, and I did the right thing, and even if I had 3 guys, I don't know, I probably would have done it again, man, because these guys, man, they bring you so much work. I mean, this is the owner of a company that sends me work, and so like they just, okay, just do it, and we'll pay, right? And it's like, dude, that's like the A+ customer rating right there, right? Like that's his score. So, but yeah, anyways, the point is like, I gotta be getting more tires in, and even like on these other sizes, I'm just gonna have to buy the bullet and pay like a regular price, which is, let's say, like his size. So when other customers come in the exact same situation, they're gonna be like, oh yeah, just put them on, you know, to get the fuck out, right? Because you know that's gonna be, you know, your one of your biggest things you want is like speed. How fast can you get the job done? And everybody would like to just come in, do the job, and get out, right? And so, yeah, they gotta pay the price, and they will, like the good customers. So, you know, that's why I'm gonna probably end up also having more expensive tires in stock that like I wouldn't normally have, just because I wouldn't want to spend another, what, it was a little bit over 2 hours I spent that day just to get 2 tires. It wasn't, you know, it doesn't make sense when it comes to like the money part, but it makes sense when it gets to the relationship part, you understand? So there's a lot of these stories that you're gonna be able to like talk about, and throughout the time, like every day actually, I get like new story like this, you know? And I'm not talking about like a very poor customer, but I'm talking about just like transaction with companies. I'm sorry, we have companies too, but transaction with customers that yeah, you do a good job for this one customer, and then he's like, oh, I'm gonna tell my cousin, right? My cousin's he needs tires too, and then he brings the cousin, and then the cousin buys the 4 new tires, and then yeah, I mean, and then that same person recommends somebody else, and like the business just keeps rolling in, and that's just the way it is. I mean, don't expect like it not to be like that. And when you have a whole bunch of customers coming in, like, man, all these freaking, you know, customers, like I feel like so blessed, you know what I mean? But then we've been putting in the work for many years too, like hard work too, like doing everything right. And then I just want to say too, on top of that, like if you know what you're doing, you know, your work stands out, speaks for yourself. It speaks for you. So like when I like have to leave the shop, which I don't like to leave the shop a lot, because this is like this is why I create magic, right? Like when I'm in my business, you know, my place here, this is where I, you know, minimize errors, I maximize results, maximize profits. But if I have to go, I gotta go, and I see, you know, other shops, and they're like, man, I leave my shop, there's like a ton of cars, a lot of cars, and I go driving to other shop, and they're like, man, they don't got any cars, you know, like, you know, it's not like I'm freaking marketing better than them, like, oh, I'm making all these advertisements on the internet or something. Nah, like, I don't even make 0 advertisements. I don't pay for 0 advertisements. I only once in a while I use OfferUp, but that's pretty much it. I'm just too busy to freaking post. I mean, there's just so much work, you know. I got so much customers that I just don't have time to freaking post ads on OfferUp no more. I mean, that's been already like a few years like this now. But again, it's just because we do such a really good work, and it's not that hard to do really good work. You just gotta double check things, double check if the lug nuts are tight, double check the air pressure right before. So you install tires, right? Car comes in, we sell 4 tires, right? We have 4 guys working on one car. Every guy grabs 1 tire. We have 4 machines. We all put air, we all balance, and we all put on the car, and then I charge the customer, right? So then I always gotta remind the guys, grab one the air hose, and then, you know, get the gauge, check all 4 tires with 1 gauge, make sure they all have the same air pressure. let's say it has 35 psi. With the 1 gauge, put 35 psi. And usually, because there's 4 different machines, they're all calibrated differently, there's like 4 different air pressures on the freaking car, right? So then I have to be the one to say, hey, check the air pressure, remind them, check the air pressure with 1 gauge, and they do that, and we always have a freaking badass freaking job. Now, when I'm not here, or like, and again, this is why I'm talking about this small business, a small business that is a tire shop, and highly recommend that the owners be here, is that, you know, we all grab 4, let's just say, and this is when I'm here, right? But I'll use this example when I'm here, and none of the car, and they have this little staggered setup, and then, you know, when we put tires, you know, you want to sell what you got, so we sell a set of 4 of the same brand, the same size, but the other size that they have is like a little bit size smaller in the front, right? Which is fine. Nothing happens. It just, you know, what happens actually is better because they got a little bit wider turn. Like I'm sorry, a little bit better turning. So when they turn, it turns better, right? Because it's wider, it just feels better. So we put the tires, and then I thought, okay, all right, this, you know, we got 2 guys in the first, like I'm the first guy, and then we got my other guy, the second guy. So I tell him, okay, but we put this one in this side, which is the passenger side. I put driver's side, and then he's all right, cool. And then the other guy told him, okay, you put driver's side also. And then the fourth guy told him, you put the passenger side, right? All right, cool. So one guy messes up and he puts the tire backwards, and then what happens is now my second guy has got to put his backwards, because now if you don't do that, you have like 2 on one side, I'm like 3 on one side, and then like 1 on the other side. So then you gotta have 2 and 2, right? You got driver's side on driver's side, passenger side on passenger side. So I'm not really paying attention of much when it comes to like the detail of the wheels. I did tell the customer though, when it comes to the rotations, look, you might have to dismount and mount the tires when it comes to dual rotation, because I don't know if your thing's a whole like you know, it's like the wheels are like staggered, right? And it turns out they were. So then what happens is that they mounted them, and I wasn't paying attention on that part. I was doing my job plus charging the customer. So I had 2 jobs. Everybody else had just one mount. And so, yeah, so I put mine the same exact spot I took off mine. I put mine in the same exact spot, correct side. They messed up on their end, so when they put it on, now that back wheel was on the front side, and that wheel was touching the freaking caliper, and the girl, she couldn't move, right? And I knew what it was, so I told them, look, when you guys messed up, you guys put the back rim to the front rim to the back, you gotta dismount them, and then you gotta mount them again, but make sure you got the rotation right again. So then, yeah, if they would have done it the first time like I told them, they would have got it right, but the second time they had to freaking flip them on their own and do the whole freaking front, back, side thing, and it just didn't work out. So then one was like, found out the problem real quick, because I got the experience. I told them they got the wrong side rim on the wrong side car, right? And the second is like, oh, you gotta flip them backwards and bounce them again, right? And so then, but then I said, all right, now we know, like I told the girl, like, hey, so like now we're gonna have to, like, when you do a rotation, you have to dismount the front, and you're gonna have to mount them to the back, and then you have to dismount the back and mount to the front. So then, yeah, so pretty much that was a pretty much quick fix. If I wasn't there, the car would have been like, what's going on? Scratching all over the place, and we couldn't figure out the problem. And you know, it's always because they don't know what's going on. Like, they just never been through it, and then they're like, man, they would have just lost a ton of time for our time and her time, right? The customer's time. So, but when you got, you know, some time in the business, you've been through it already, so you're gonna be like, okay, well, this happened, and this is the way to fix it, right? So then, when I'm not here, like, and again, it's always with the wheels things, right? It's always the freaking wheels That's why I don't like the wheel business. That's why I don't sell wheels. If you see my shop, I don't sell wheels. But you know, when you got a freaking type of a style of lug nut, let's say like a acorn style, and then you have the washer type like a Toyota, like a freaking let's say like a Toyota Camry. They have the washer style, that style of lug nut. Then you know, and people change wheels on the times. They go from like aftermarket to stock, and then they go to stock to aftermarket. So what happens is they have their lug nuts that are using for one type of wheel, but they don't fit the other type, right? So if you have an acorn style lug nut, and then a customer comes and they want to switch from the aftermarket wheel, which is the acorn style, and then they put their stock wheels, but they only have their stock lug nuts. So then they freaking they say, okay, the customer doesn't know, by the way. They just gonna be like, oh, I thought it was the same lug nut, right? But they say, okay, I want to do this. Can we do it? Yeah. And then they, you know, workers do the job, and then they put the acorn lug nut on the washer type wheel, which is the stock original wheel, and guess what? That's super high risk of that wheel flying off. It's like because it's only grabbing a little bit, like not much, and so you got to tell them, hey, look it. You gotta tell them, hey, look it. You have to have this style of lug nut. See that? They just want to come in right away. We open up a little gates a little bit, and then the customer wants to come in right away. That's exactly what time. We're so busy that it's just like. Anyway, so then if you put that lug nut, that acorn lug nut on that washer type wheel, those wheels can fly off. And you know what? The workers, they don't even realize it. They're just doing what the guy said, but the guy doesn't know what he's doing. But you have to know what you're doing when you're working on these types of wheels. And so, you know, thank God it hasn't happened to us when I'm not here, but I'm always usually here, like all the time. But and I would know if we did a bad job, because it would have been, oh, the car's shaking a lot, or hey, my wheel fell off. We just been really lucky when I'm not here when it comes to like very dangerous things like that. But the point is, like, the workers are really not gonna know. Like, they're not gonna know, hey, this, do you have the other types of lug nuts, the washer type? Because these wheels require the washer type. And they're like, oh no, like, oh no, I don't. So then what you do is you sell them lug nuts. And again, it's another sale, right? Like, okay, each lug nut is, and those are expensive lug nuts. We sell them for $4 each lug nut, and they need 20 of them, right? So customers are always gonna fight. Oh man, I don't want to buy that. You know, I just want to do this. And like, well, yeah, but you should have your other types of lug nuts if you want. You know, we can freaking put your tires back, and you know, you can find the lug nuts. You can bring it back, and we'll do the job. Oh no. Yeah, we just sell me the brand new freaking lug nuts. You know, like they're gonna buy, and then you know, the car's gonna run around. They're not gonna freaking fly off. They're not gonna vibrate. So then, yeah, you pretty much have to freaking put the lug nuts on. I mean, there's no other way. And it's very dangerous if you just don't do it. Or I mean, I don't know, if you, the business owner, is like, trust the customer, like, hey, you know, we can put yours on right now, but when you get home, change them, right? Because these things are gonna fly off if you don't do that. I don't know. I don't like to risk it like that. I'd much rather force a sale on them and say, hey, you know, you gotta buy this freaking lug nuts, or you're gonna freaking, those wheels are gonna fly off, like on the freeway type of shit, right? When you're going fucking fast. Then trust the customer. Oh yeah, I'll change one home. What happens is they're gonna be like, I forget, I'm just gonna drive like this, and they don't, you know, they don't think nothing's gonna happen, even though you already told them what you know what's probably gonna happen. And yeah, so I mean, we haven't had those acts. I don't let them go like that. I see them right away in the front, up front. I tell them, look, if you want us to do this job, you know, either you gotta buy the lug nuts or you gotta go find them somewhere else. And sometimes, yeah, up front, the customer will leave. They'll go on OfferUp. They'll buy used lug nuts, and then they'll come, and because it'll be way cheaper right away. Think about how much a $4 lug nut each could be compared to like, oh, I have these lug nuts, $20 for all of them. Take them, you know. It's a big difference in price. So I let them go, get the lug nuts, go buy the lug nuts somewhere else, use or whatever, OfferUp, bring them, and we'll install them with the the correct lug nut on the correct wheel and no issues. You don't want no issues. I mean, there's so much things that happen that you know, they think it's our fault, but it's not. Like they had like, let's say adapters, right? Another issue, adapters. So like we bolt on the car, the tire really good on the adapter, and you know, car's driving, the wheel falls off, the whole family comes, but the whole family knows me. And then, hey, what happened? I check out the car, and then I see that the adapter broke. And I said, look, the wheel is bolted on the adapter. We did our job really good. What failed was the adapter that's bolted onto your car. And they see it, they're like, oh shit, all right. They're still my customers, they still come. But they're like, oh shit, these guys fucked up. I'm like, hell no, we didn't fuck up. That freaking adapter that you have failed. But anyways, yeah, talking it over, when things happen with customers, you always have to be, you know, very communicative, and you gotta talk to them right and calm and make sure, you know, you want to help them out. You know, if you guys really did mess up, like in the beginning when I used to mess up years back, you know, when my guys left a freaking, you know, something loose and it came off and it messed up the fender, then, you know, it's gotta go to the body shop, and I'll pay the body shop work on the car. It was expensive, you know, but that's how you learn, man. Like, see, how much did that cost me, right? Like, it cost me, like, let's say, like, I don't know, $1,000, $1,500 to fix to how it was, right? Well, if I would have paid attention more to what my guys were doing, or like, you know, double check them, they say with the guns, or like go to the car and then kick the tire once they say they're done, and then you know, we save that from happening. And I save myself $1,500, as you say, and a whole bunch of like issues on the customer's end, like they have no car to drive around, and you know, a whole mess of like feeling bad, and probably losing a customer even though you fix it. You probably lose a customer at that point. I'm not sure I ever, you know, because once you fix it though, a lot of times the customers, they'll keep coming back to you. Like, they'll be like, oh yeah, well, you know, you took care of me, you fixed it, you guys messed up, but you fixed it, so I'm still gonna keep coming to the shop, right? I mean, there's just so much customer, I can't keep track of everybody. I mean, but anyways, the point is that if you're really sharp with this shit, you're not gonna be having big accidents, expenses of you know, the wheel was loose and stuff like that, and it fell off and it freaking hit another car. And you know, I've been through all that stuff too myself. I'm not gonna say I've never been through it. You know, I've been through it when I was younger, and again, it wasn't me who did the job, but I gotta oversee it. Why am I supposed to oversee the jobs of you guys? Well, guess what? You're the business owner. You're supposed to oversee shit just to make sure, you know, everything is tight. You know, another one people will get really pissed on is you do a job and you didn't check the air pressure. Again, back to the air pressure with the other tires that were low, and then they're like, hey, the light is still on, right? And then yeah, you just put the air pressure right, and then yeah, it goes away and everybody's happy after that. But like, they'll be like, well, you guys worked on it, you guys should check the air pressure on the other ones. And it's like, just to get you know, just so you won't have an issue with that, you just gotta check the air pressure after the job is done. Just take them all, make sure you have a really good gauges that are precise with the air pressure, because gauges go out very fast. By the way, my gauges probably lasted me about 6 months. There's so much work, and gauges are only a little, like, you know, there's just so much they can take, how much freaking abuse they can take, right? I mean, we have cars all the time, every day. Air pressure, like one came in today, and I didn't talk about that one. Came in, hey, can you help me out with that? I go freaking turn on the air compressors, check out the air, and yeah, she left. And oh, that's another thing, by the way. Air pressure. When you have customers come in and you check the air pressure and they say, how much is it? You know, I always tell them we don't charge for air pressure. Why do we do that? A lot of places do charge, and why don't we not charge? Well, first of all, think of them in your shoes. Okay, you have a car, you live in an apartment, and you have two options. One option is you're gonna go check your air pressure at a gas station, or you're gonna go check your air pressure at a tire shop, right? So then, all right, here we go. Option number one, by the way, if you guys don't know, here you go. I'm sorry. Gas stations don't, like I just told you right now, they last about 6 months. They don't put new gauges every 6 months. They don't put gauges like every year, right? They'll put a freaking gauge maybe never. Like this freaking 1998 gauge, super old. You know, it works to put in air, but it doesn't work to like measure, first of all, how much air it has. And second of all, the needles on those things go bad. So then you have to jam it real hard and push it. But if you don't, if you're like a woman, you know, you push it hard and like, you know, the strength thing, right? Like, and instead of putting air in the freaking tire, you're gonna be taking air out because of the freaking needles no good. So I'll tell you right now, all the freaking gas stations, freaking those things no good. They just they take out freaking air instead of putting air in. Put it like that, right? So that's your number one option, right? Number two is go to the tire shop. But I don't want to pay for air. Well, okay. So then I'd rather go to the gas station, right? Or if you don't charge for air, I know a shop that doesn't charge for air. They just come in. I need air. We put air, and then you know, out of courtesy, if they're my customers, they know we don't charge for air. But they're like, how much is it? Oh, nothing. Oh, okay, bye, right? Or another one would be, how much is it? Oh, nothing. Oh, okay. They want to give you a tip, so they give you like $5, let's say, for a tip, right? Or whatever it is. So yeah, and so that's another thing. If you can also try to sell tires when you put in air, you can see your face is right on the tire. You're like, oh, this tire's no good. Oh, hey, miss, you know, you're gonna need a tire right here in the future, just so you know. Like, it's really low on tread. Oh, okay, thank you. I didn't know that, right? Or you look, put in air. Oh, there's a nail right here. Oh yeah, okay, let's patch it. That's sale, right? Instead, I didn't know these nails. I didn't know how to nail. You know, yeah, let's patch it. All right, cool. But yeah, there's just so much things that you're gonna learn with, you know, with time, with the tire shop business. It's just gonna be a plus for you to, like, you know, if you want to do sales like that. I don't really care about that. I have so much freaking business. You know, in the past I used to care about that, but not no more. It's because, you know, a lot of people think, I'm gonna go into tire shop business, sales, right? Yeah, in the beginning that might be the case, but after a time you're doing things right, you're just gonna be recommended left and right and be so slammed with work. A lot of people are just gonna come to your shop because, hey, this person highly recommended you. And it's like, oh shit, okay, I don't know what it is, but okay, well, how can I help you? Don't say that. You just say like, okay, cool. How can I help you, right? Oh yeah, okay, I'm looking for this, and like, okay, yeah, okay, 4 new tires, yeah, this is like 800 and something. Okay, put them on. Like, what the fuck? I don't know. It's just the way it works, right? And then later on, you know, maybe like later on, they're like, oh wait, he said this, he said that. You know, the person recommended. Oh shit. Oh, I know who it is. Or okay, cool. Like, or I don't know. You still don't know like who it is. Like, okay, cool. Yeah, someone say what's up. You know? Okay, I will and shit. And then it's like, well, there you go. Like, what? 25 minutes later, 40 tires of an SUV rolls out. Like, you know, you made a sale of 800 something bucks. I mean, you know, it's like that's just the way it is. I mean, you just gotta like treat them good. You know, give them free air. Women has got to trust you big time, so never screw a women. Like, don't have you guys always freaking try to pick up on women. It's just bad. Like, you want to get a good rep with the women, so like, you know, they send their daughter or whatever, and they're like, okay, cool, like, yeah, these fools are cool. They're not gonna try to pick up on my freaking wife or daughter all the time and shit. Don't try to pick up at the tire shop, right? I'm not talking about the guy, the owner's not. That's an honest show. I'm talking about the guys. You have to check your guys. Like, hey, like, don't do that and shit. You know, like, it's like, oh fuck, you're gonna fucking hit up every fucking woman that comes in or what? You know, you gotta check your guys. So you gotta make it a very friendly environment for women. Like, very trustworthy shop. Every time we come, we knock out a great job, and they post on social media that they check in, and highly recommended, guys. 5 stars out of 5 stars or whatever it is. And you know, guess what? More business comes. You know, you can't mess around with this stuff, man. This stuff is this is your life right here. You know what I mean? This is where you're gonna feed your kids from and all that. So you know you can't pay rent. I mean, you gotta pay rent and all that too. You can't be messing around with that kind of stuff. You gotta be legit. I mean, you gotta be just like, hey, you want freaking tires? This far to go. There it is. Out. Who's next? Right? It's just, you know, don't be freaking, you know, doing all kinds of weird shit. You know what I mean? But yeah. So, anyways, hopefully this video is very informative. I want to be always here for you guys in one shape or another, one form or another. But you know, I just feel very blessed to be here and all that, and I'm glad I can speak real loud right now. I'm healthy. I can walk around and all that. Who knows in 5, 10, 15 years, 20 years from now, if I'm lucky enough to be around, right? And that goes for everybody. You know, it goes for anybody that's out there. You just don't know what's open, what's gonna be around tomorrow. So that's why, again, reason for me to make some videos for you guys, and hopefully this thing will be around forever, right? So I'm gone, videos be around, and I did very good for the people out there. So I'll let you guys go, and have a good night, everybody. By the way, go Lakers, man. Stop messing around. Just freaking, you know, make some trades, get some freaking better freaking you know, I don't know, man. Freaking just trade everybody. Who cares, man? Just get freaking wins, man. Yeah. So I know my Lakers fans are out there, so I'm here for you guys too. But I'll see you guys next time. Mamba out.